Hi guys, it's Ray. I am still working on sorting out and cleaning this craft room. I was supposed to record a sale video today to get up, and that is still not done. I still have not unpacked from the crop, which I've been home from for, 7 days now. Um, I can just only do so much during a work week, and now we're into camping season, so I'm like home 4 days. I get home from the weekend, I go to work. Then I've got 4 days at home to do, a week's worth of everything at home. I mean, it's great. Camping forces me to shut down and take some time for some R&R. So I'm not complaining there. I'm just saying that I am flat out during that 4 days at home. So I'm going to pull you down. We're going to take a quick look around the craft room. There's definitely some things missing because they're still packed and out there. I'm going to bring in that TEMU box from a while back that has a ton of organizational stuff in it. And I'd like to get some of that stuff up and into play now that I'm in a place where I'm ready for it. So I'm going to pop you down and we'll take a little look around. Okay. So my Turner table is still an absolute disaster. I still have not brought the rest of my inks in, or up actually. Some of them are packed in boxes, some of them are under my table, but I did put all my little clear storage bins up here to either fill with glitter or whatever other little trinkets are coming my way, because I do have a bunch of stuff coming from TEMU that I think are going to come in baggies that I would like to put in those containers. So the 3 bags of those I bought, I did stash up there. Except for the colored ones. I still have 3 of those kicking around somewhere. So, this cart needs to get sorted. All of those boxes of gloves are going to be taken care of with the TEMU stuff. And under here I have room for some of those drawers. This is mostly scrapbooking stuff and supplies I don't get to regularly, so it works well. Having the bookshelves under my tabletop. You saw me do my glitter wall. This is the last of the random stuff I have to sort through from cleaning out. A lot of it is acrylic paints that I don't know where are going yet, but I'm going to have to figure out. I did realize that the coral box up there is mostly empty, so I can probably use that for some of the acrylic paints. I'm just going to have to shift around how they sit on the shelf so it sits over a support. But most of my bins are full. I think I've got 1 or 2 empties left. My paper and vinyl stack needs to get sorted, and my mail and stuff up there needs to get sorted. Everything under this side is actually sorted. It just needs to get put in its proper place. Some of it is ready to ship Etsy stuff. So, they're there and I can grab them easily. This will hold the rest of my alcohol inks when I get them unpacked, and it'll get a little bit more organized as I go. I do need to sort through the 2 bins of glitter, but again, I will get to it. My little desk, this little desk is just a super cheap Walmart desk because I had a very limited amount of space to put a desk in this room. And my Cricut is supposed to be on that top shelf, and my second printer belongs on that bottom shelf. I do have that giant expanding file folder where all of this paper and printable vinyls is going to get sorted through. That's on my list for today. This cart is not supposed to be full of tumblers. It is supposed to be full of junk journaling supplies, which is where I just said stuff is organized under the table. It's all supposed to go on this cart, and then it can fit under the table, because this size cart from Michael's fits perfectly under there. I just haven't gotten to it yet, so at some point, my sign that my sister made me for Christmas, isn't it beautiful? My spray paints hang on the water closet door. By water closet, I mean the hot water heater, water softener, everything is in there, which is why I can't use this corner too much, because we have to be able to get in there, which is why The desk had to be a certain size. But this is just a Walmart over-the-door shoe rack. It holds spray paints and glues that are in spray cans and stuff like that perfectly. And then this is another cart of tumblers. There's more tumblers there. There are more tumblers hanging on this door. Yeah, I have an excess of tumblers, clearly. I did manage to get all of my packing supplies up on the top shelf of the closet. This is where my sublimation blanks mostly live. My light box is just sitting on the floor now. The rest of my packing supplies are off to the side, but easily accessible. All of my epoxies are up off the floor now, and all of my molds and a couple of blanks are on this shelf. I do have a bag of t-shirts because I do still owe 2 companies t-shirt videos. My big press is just going to kind of live on the floor like this because until I can find room under a desk for it or something, I don't really have room for it. But on this shelf, I did make room for my mug presses and my tumbler press, so at least those can get out of the way. And then, of course, my turner table, which needs to get cleared off and repapered. And under there needs to get organized, all my extra arms again. And that is just a plastic bin of more vinyl and some random stuff in the bottom drawer. So that's where I'm currently at in this room. Like I said, I'm getting there. It's just not having space to pull everything out at once is kind of hectic. So my mission for today is to finish recording a project that's sitting over there and get the rest of these bins sorted through. I actually need that top bin for the rest of my molds for that shelf. And hopefully I'll be able to empty out the rest of those. And if I could get to it, I'd love to record my sale video, but that's a big ask. So I'm going to flip you back around. I'm going to drag the TEMU box in, and we'll get going. I don't know where a good place to put you is, so for now we'll be here. Maybe I'll swing you around as I go. I'm going to watch the Cheap Chick while I work and see how far I can get today. So I'm going to bump in here. I had these ones ordered from TEMU. I think this is the only mint colored one I bought. But then Dollar Tree had the Jot version. And I will say, and I don't remember what I paid on TEMU, but the TEMU one is slightly larger than the Jot. The top angled one is different because the top piece on the TEMU ones is straight down. But and the TEMU ones, the pen might sit in just a tiny bit further, but pretty comparable product. But I do have two of these that these actually sit better on my regular desk, so because they'll clear the Cricut. So just wanted to mention that, you know, if you don't want to shop from TEMU, you can get very similar elsewhere. But I do have several of those, which won't quite fit under my shelf here. But I do want to put some of my tools and stuff into those, and I can line them up along the wall on either end of this counter. And I do have this little drawer thing that I also want to put under here. I'd really like to eliminate most, if not all, of the cups. I remember these have these silly little bunny head. And these do stack well, and they should fit under my shelf stacked. But I was thinking like pin pens in one, razor blades in one, and maybe all of my tweezers in one, just to get all of that stuff organized. And then like the pens and stuff. I may actually use the bigger one for like Cricut markers. And this was that big open expanding file that I'd like to organize all of my printable stuff into. And I should have one more of these deeper drawers somewhere. Out right here. So I do have 3 of the deeper ones. And then I have a whole bunch of the skinny ones. 2 of these are going to go under my desk. The rest of them, I don't know. I feel like I should keep the extra pull just in case. Now it can sit right there. Two of the screws from one of these drawers. Those I believe all go in there. And I do have an assortment of different sized little files to work on getting some extra scrap things sorted out. Like these ones would actually fit in my buckets up here perfectly, where I have like tattoos and already printed water slides and stuff. So these might be good for sorting those. This is that little laptop stand I bought, which I haven't yet set up, but it's kind of buried by stuff right now. But the wide drawer thing from TEMU fit perfectly under my laptop, so that was nice. I'm making a mess. So that was good. And then I still need to get one of these mounted on my desk, and then figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of them. I'm probably going to mount one over here where my cords for my on my railing here, my cords for my overhead mounts and stuff always kind of hover up here. And I think if I zip tie a white one up here, I can kind of tuck the cords in so they're up and out of the way of the recording area, because sometimes I don't notice if my phone's on a charger that the cord's blocking part of the video. And right now they're just kind of, you know, stuck in clips and stuff. So I think that's going to be a use for a second one of those. And I can break down this box and get rid of it finally. And I do have somewhere some other stencils. I think they're down in my junk journaling supplies. So that is where that one will go. But other than that, I think I am pretty good. I may actually have time to sort through some. I also had this from TEMU, which is, and I'm going to have to find these ones and see if I can order more inserts. But it was this clear binder. This one I was going to use for stickers and stuff, and I was going to use this one because it's prettier. I was going to put my Butterfly Lane decals in this, but I feel like these pockets are too narrow for them because I do have a lot. But I feel like the big ones are just simply not going to fit in here. Yeah, see, I won't be able to side zip them closed. So this one I'll probably turn into stickers at some point. And then this one with some of the bigger pockets. And I may have to do them by theme. I may not be able to make every single decal visible, unfortunately, which was my original goal. But those will fit better in these. And I do have a pack of the ones that are like double pockets, which I should be able to fit. More of them in here as well. But this came in a 5-pack, and I should be able to go on and find more of these, and possibly another whole binder, because if I do them like that, I can fit 4 to a flippy page. So that's my goal for this. This cup with my rulers and miscellaneous tall stuff is obviously going to stay like this. I do have a bin of my like tape and scrapers and brayer and all of my, like, this is stuff I use every single time I make a cup, so they are going to stay as is. Like like I said, this, I'm hoping I can completely just eliminate this cup. This is where I'm not sure how things are going to fit. You know, if some stuff is going to be too big. Because I'm not going to eliminate all of these tools, but see, those will fit perfectly under there. They're far enough back that even if I'm recording here, they won't be directly in the way. So, I'd really like my scissors in the prettier color cup. I collect Fiestaware. All of our dishes are Fiesta, but nobody uses this size mug. So basically all of the mugs have wandered into the craft room as I've needed another mug and another mug and another mug. So yeah, that actually eliminates 5 more cups. That leaves me with 3 cups on my table, which makes me super happy. It actually, I'm probably going to keep 2 of them in here and move them over to my epoxy table for stir sticks and stuff, because I do have a cup over there, but it's got a whole lot of stuff crammed in it, and I'd like to have like one for my like popsicle sticks and one for my silicone and metal sticks. So those 2 will probably stay in here. These 3 mugs can exit here. Pens that I like better than other pens are going to go over here. I do also have this little tiny box from Dollar Tree that I don't know why I bought. I don't remember what the intended use for this drawer was, but I'm thinking I actually don't mind getting my hands on a couple more of these, because things like my excess blades and stuff, even if they don't sit on the desk, they could stack a little neater on this shelf that I showed you before, the white shelf. So I may actually have to get back there and look and see if I can find more of these. Because I can think of or see in front of me several things where those would come in handy. Even for things that stay in their packaging over here, I have extra push pins, and even my nail tapes and stuff would probably sit in there pretty well. Some of the push pins can go in these little containers. But yeah, so I may keep my eyes peeled for some of those. Even things like my blades and my excess rulers and stuff would be good in there. But yeah, I think I am pretty well covered for now. That was great getting through so much of this. I'm going to try and get my drawers mounted, and if I can, I'll pop back in. I do have like some of my chameleons put in bins, but I don't think they're all going to fit in bins. So like this is all fancy micas. If I can get my gloves and stuff off of here, they can actually stay on that shelf, or if I can get that shelf cleaned out. Because I was originally thinking they could go in the over the door hanger, but I think I have already so much other stuff to go in here that I had moved. I'm not sure that's going to work, but maybe. I don't know if I can fit 2 full sets of HTV or chameleon in one box. I wish I'd realized that I already had a set when I opened the second set, because I would have probably included them in a giveaway. But yeah, I didn't catch that quick enough. So, but that would actually free up another bin again. And I'll just put those micas. So I have like 2 bins of micas up here. And again, I haven't labeled any of these yet because I wanted to get through all of this to make sure they were in their forever homes. I also have my big box. Which way do I need to swing you? Of Let's Resin micas up there. But I have, like, these are the more generic or craft store ones, and I don't mean that in a bad way, because most micas are fairly created equal, but this one I have more of my like, this has whatever I have from Woody's Goodies and Solar Color Dust and fancier ones, I guess you'd say. So, because yeah, I have an excessive amount of micas at this point. So, and now I have another empty bin, so yay. Okay, so I'm going to wrap up here. I still have to unpack the rest of my stuff, but I started filling in some of the things on that shelf. I still have plenty of containers. My table is mostly clearing and set up. I did fill in a little bit more on here and clean out a little bit more on here. My desk is mostly put back together. My Cricut is taped shut because it doesn't travel well these days. My other printer is back in place. I'm going to keep my regular white cardstock and printer paper just loose on the floor. But I did start filling in the rest of that stuff, and that's going to work well. I did not install these 2 drawers yet. I just didn't feel like it. So, but I did put all of my gloves in these ones. Nitriles and nitriles. This one I need to tighten up a screw, I think. And these ones are just vinyl for when I don't need a nitrile. So that's as far as I got. And so I'll have a little more room there if I can get that cleaned out. But I am out of time. But that is it. I'm getting there. I still have to sort through that shelf. My vinyl, the middle shelf collapsed and it's a hot mess. So I'm getting there slowly but surely.